So wrapping up learning objective 3, two things that the chapter talks about. First is looking at the activities during basically the life cycle of a corporation or a product life cycle. So what you have very much here, the red line shows financing activities are really the most important part in the beginning when businesses are starting up. Um, Financing activities are really, they're trying to raise a ton of money up front. So we've seen that this past few weeks with actually the other day, yesterday was Coinbase that went public. Um, and then over the several weeks, we've seen things like, DoorDash, Uber, other things come public. It's a race to get as much money as possible to fund their company. That's usually because they're in the introduction stages. Um, After they start getting established, they go into a growth phase. A growth phase is basically more sales, more sales. So look at the operating activities, which is blue line, goes up because when you're in a growth phase, you're selling more. Sales is revenue, and that's a big part of your operating activities there. And then, of course, investing activities as you need to. You want to, as you gain more profit, you want to put more and more money into assets to help your growth. And so you'll also see investing activities go up over time. But if companies don't have a lot of products, their products start to get older and even sort of out of whack, what you'll see is operating activities, the profitability of the company or of that product line starts to go down. They're not investing that much in those products, and financing starts to dry up until, of course, the next big product comes up. So these activities often follow phases, both the phases of as businesses revolve around various products that they're producing, as well as in some companies, this is the entire phase of the company itself. So I just wanted to mention that. This is our free cash flow. I'm not sure if you remember this way back in chapter 2. You're gonna have to go way back in your memory for that. But free cash flow is really about how much cash is remaining from the operating activities after you subtract out your capital expenditures. So in capital expenditures, we're looking specifically at what money is being spent for property, plant, and equipment, right? And also we subtract out the dividends. And the difference between those three numbers is something called the free cash flow. So again, cash provided by operating activities, take away your capital expenditures, which is on your fixed assets, property, plant, equipment, take away your cash dividends. So how it would look basically here, you have a very confused slide because here it says Microsoft and here it says Apple, but we'll just go with Apple here. Here they have their net cash provided by operating activities is 59,713. Lots of different cash flow from investing activities, but we don't really care about buying investments or buying other companies or things like that. What do we care about? Any capital expenditures, which is adding to property, plant, and equipment. So we're going to subtract out that number from that cash provided by operating activities. We're also going to subtract out the cash dividends. So when you do, what you're going to get is you'll have a free cash flow when you take the difference of 39,016. That's it. That's basically the end of chapter 12 in a nutshell. There's no do it exercise for that. So. Chapter 12 does go on. They have a learning objective 4 that teaches you how to do the cash flow statement using the direct method. We're not going to do that. You're learning the indirect method because that's the most common. That's the easiest way to do it. Okay. So like I said, 5 minutes, and we were done with that one. How'd it go?